morning, good evening, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Ozzy. Welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel. And in today's episode, I wanted to showcase my new farming house. So as a lot of you guys may have noticed, I have had a decent bit of work in progresses, some like temporary farming houses. I do farm in a pretty decently big server, so my house is typically hosting a good amount of people, sometimes up to a full server. So I wanted to show you guys the before and kind of the actual after of finishing the house and those kind of things. So I'm really excited to get this out to you guys. It's gonna take me a little bit just because my Wi-Fi is having some struggles. The past couple of streams I've had some struggles. I didn't even end up streaming yesterday, which is Saturday, because today's Sunday at like 6 in the morning. But without further ado, let's get into the video. Alrighty, so we're now actually in my old house. I gave this house to my alt account. That way I could still host using a house, just in case if I need, you know, my main Roblox account in case I need it for like a video or something. So you'll notice all of the farming stations are basically all just in a line here. I didn't have any technical. I didn't have any real theme behind anything. Even with like the chairs, I didn't color anything. Everything's like the base original colors, which is very boring. One thing I did notice that this can get very overcrowded, especially if someone, let's say, is sitting all the way down here, but everyone else is like up here. That pet might not get taken care of. So there's obviously definitely flaws in this. Obviously we have the rules, areas where you can grab some of the free food and those kind of things, but you can still like take care of the pets and stuff like that. It's just, I just didn't like how long it was and how it didn't really have a theme. So with my house, obviously I went for a duck theme because this was being made during the duck event. So we've got a bunch of stations here. So we have our rules over here. They are obviously colored. We've actually got food that's colored, even a cash register to donate. And then we have all of these logs here where everyone can sit, they can AFK, however, you know, a lot of people just open and close the shop over and over again. And then also I have chairs for me, and sometimes my other like host slash co-owners will be here. We've got a bird pooping on a rock. Anyways, oh my gosh. Anyways, so we've got multiple stations. This one is based off of the red panda. We've got the gecko ducky, the glyptodon, the rubber ducky, the unicorn. We've got the sheepdog, which is one of the newest ones. We have the happy duckling, which technically did not come out in this event. We've got the strawberry shortcake duck and the shadow dragon duck, the flower and the flower power duck. Now I don't have a second flower power, a second shadow, or a second happy one, so these spots are just kind of like empty, and you know, will eventually be placed whenever I actually have two of, you know, those pets. But I'm really happy with how I separated the sections, and even though it is decently large in here, I'm glad that instead of just having the plain blue walls, I really like that I added the clouds. Now a big thing that a lot of people ask is like, oh, why did you put walls? You've got like all this space, why don't you use it? So a big thing with farmhouses is, one of the big things is like AFK farming. So obviously there's ways that you don't want too many people AFK, because if too many people are AFK, then there's a chance that no pets are going to be taken care of, and that's not good because then nobody's actually making money. So I put walls up just because the map is fairly large, and if somebody wanted to like go and hide all the way back here, you know, they could AFK there and be hidden. Now that does not mean that they could technically like AFK in their house or something like that, And a lot of the times the easiest way to tell if someone's AFKing in an area that isn't your house is, let's say this turtle wasn't mine, but it was still following me around. Typically a pet doesn't follow you around in like your family unless it's either your pet, right? So even my pet stayed in the thing here, or if it's a pet that is like a part of a family member but isn't in that house. So that's obviously one really big way to tell. You could also just look at all of the people who are currently in the house and then compare it to the list of people who are in the game. For example, my alt is not in here, obviously. But it is really, really nice. I'm really happy with how it turned out. I do think I'm definitely going to add more. Each station, not counting, I think, like the pet spots, which are like 700, each station, I think, cost about 2,000 if it actually selected everything. Because these, I think, were 50 or 70, something like that. The pianos are obviously 100 each. I think the really main part of the cost is the pets, to be able to like place the pets there, which I think the pet little mannequin showcasing thingies are like 700 each. So really the main actual thing farm wise is just the pianos, which are all 100 each. Now I didn't really do anything to like not have them stick out the back and not have that be noticeable, because I didn't really care. It just kind of felt like it would have been a waste of money for sure. Now I obviously didn't have to do the side thingies either. I kind of did it just for like more of like aesthetic purposes, but I'm really, really happy with how this turned out. I'm definitely gonna add more. I think I want to add more ducks to this pond here, because we only have one at the moment and he's all like by himself, so we got to get him some friends. So I think I'll save up to get more duckies for the pond. But I'm really happy with how this turned out so far. I'm really, really excited. I definitely used a lot of the tips that I shared in like the tips and tricks video I made for farmhouses, sorry. So I'm really happy with it. If you guys have any suggestions or ways to even maybe possibly improve my house, please let me know in the comments below, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!